Hi, my name is Sharia Vet. Here on this channel, as of late, I post motherhood rooted in faith and not perfection. Right now, we're gonna hop into one of the last long form videos in this series on emergency prep. If you haven't watched the other ones, I would highly recommend that you go and check out the playlist I have here for emergency prep. But today we're gonna hop into our family's go bags. You see them all right here behind me. We're gonna talk about the need to have a go bag. Now, before you say this is about fear and panic, it is not. A go bag is exactly how you see it. It's a backpack, like you see here, filled with essentials that your family might need in the case of emergency where you need to get up and go fast, whether it be from a storm, a natural disaster, a family emergency that you just didn't see popping up. It's a way of protecting your family and avoiding panic, honestly, in the middle of an emergency. In fact, I actually had a freak accident like a month ago where I was outside working in the little gardens and I literally got a hooked into the ankle of my skin, and I had to dial 911 and I had to get up and go in the ambulance very fast. If my little ones were home, thank God they were not. They were with my husband at the time, but my oldest was. She had to dial 911 for them to come get me. But if they were home and I needed someone to take them in the event of emergency, they could have just grabbed their go bags and had everything that they needed inside to be able to leave the house quickly because I wasn't able to care for them. So right now, I'm just gonna take you through what's inside of the go bag, and maybe during this process, you can decide if preparing a go bag would be right for your family. Okay, I'm gonna start with one of the kids' go bags. And if you don't have pencil or paper or anything available to write this down, don't worry. On my blog, which is called, you can find it at mycornerontheinternet.com, there's a free downloadable printable with everything that you see in our go bag. So you can always visit mycornerontheinternet.com to download the go bag template to be able to make a list for things that you see in this bag. They're not 100% complete, but they're ready to get up and go if we needed them to. Now, I don't want you to think that you got to get up and go buy a whole set of backpacks for your family just to create a go bag. The bags you see in the video today, I got from a Buy Nothing group. If you're not familiar with what a Buy Nothing group is a group on Facebook in your area, and there's a group of people who live near you who are getting rid of things that they no longer need in their home for free. So I was able to get an extra set of backpacks for my family using the Buy Nothing group. So the first, I'm just gonna pull it out in no particular order of importance, just the way I see it. I do believe that this one belongs to my little girl. So I want to eventually get water fireproof folders, but I don't have those right now. I'm in the process of researching which ones would be the best for us to get. So inside of Lily Jean's, everything is labeled with her full name. And then I have a folder inside of a huge Ziplock bag that I picked up from the Dollar Tree in the event of emergency, things to get ruined. So the papers are protected in layers of plastic. These are just plastic folders that came from the Dollar Tree years ago. And inside of the plastic folder are things like her insurance card, our contact information for me, my husband, an emergency contact like their grandparents. In addition to that, it's a copy of the Social Security card and birth certificate and the passport. And I've also included in everybody's map in our county is a way to get emergency routes to get out of the county or state very quickly in case you don't have your phone. Obviously, a 5-year-old would not need this map, but I printed out an extra one, so I put it in her bag too, but they're also in the adult bags and also for my teenagers bag. My kids are actually in the process of learning our phone numbers. They do know our real names and not just mommy and daddy, and they are able to tell you where they live, but they don't know our phone numbers yet. My friend Candace has this really cool tag that you can connect to backpacks that allow someone to put their phone next to it and call you in the event that your child is found during an emergency, which I also want to order for them as well. But everybody has one of these, excuse me. Everybody has one of these plastic folders, double plastics, inside of their bag with all of their emergency contact information and documents that you might need. Inside of The next bag that they have inside of their go bags is also another one of those big Ziplock bags from Dollar Tree. They have a comfy blanket, and I just took some ribbon to tie around it so that it would not, roll, keep unraveling, just to make it a little bit more compact. They have a comfy blanket. They also have 2 different outfits, including a sweatshirt, one with pants, shorts, underwear, toothbrush is in there, a covered toothbrush, and then they have different hygiene items inside of the bag too. So again, if you need to get up and go for an emergency and you don't have time to pack a bag for your kids, a go bag is a good way to just have it all ready. Like I said, if I would have needed somebody to take my kids because I was in an ambulance, I just could have said, go grab your go bags, and we keep them in the laundry room. Everybody knows that they're in there, and they could have been ready to go. Also in a Ziploc bag, we have some snacks. These are just granola bars that are typically on the healthier side that they actually love and they don't get to have very often. I also want to get like the squeeze packets of what's it called, like applesauce and veggies and such like that. The older adult bags and teen bags could have like a canned good. We also have extra can openers and gadgets inside of the adult bags, but the kids just have a bag with just some snacks to be able to have on hand in the event of emergency. There's also side pockets for water bottles to be placed inside of the go bag as well. So water bottles could be placed in it, but believe it or not, with the little bit of stuff we have in here, the bag is already kind of heavy. It's also recommended that they have some comfort items. So I've had them choose 1 book and 1 toy that they would like to have in their go bag. So these are her comfort items. And then for the littler kids, I just gave them a small first aid kit because they're little. But I do think it's important that they understand that they know how to tend to their needs if they needed it. So this is just a small first aid kit that I got from Dollar Tree again. Inside here is Band-Aids, a small thing of tape, some gauze, but you can do your first aid kits however you want. But both my little ones have a tiny first aid kit. So we have the, what did I just say? Hygiene items like sanitizer, toothpaste, little lotions, tissues inside here. Also, my little girl uses an EpiPen, so there's an extra set of her EpiPens inside of her go bag because that's important for her. We also have face masks. So they were babies during the pandemic, so they didn't really understand what these were, but we talked about how to use them and what they were for. So they have several sets of face masks inside of their go bags. And they each have a flashlight. So they have flashlights inside there. And then we also gave them a set of flashlights as an emergency tool in their bedrooms to put down on the sides of their little floor beds in an event, an emergency in our house. So they know how to find their little emergency flashlights that are in their bedroom, and they also have them in the bag. So this is a quick example of a go bag for a little one. Now I'm going to show you one for like an adult or teen. Again, I did not purchase the bag. The bag came from our Towns Buy Nothing group. So this zipper is a little wonky, but it's all good. I think this one is mine. Yes, it's mine. So this is an example of a go bag for an adult. As you saw in my little girl's bag, I also have one of these for myself. It's the emergency bag with the documents in it. So it's inside the big Ziploc bag. Inside the big Ziploc bag is a folder with my name on it. Inside the folder is another piece of plastic with the same documents. But in addition to my personal documents, I also have copies of everybody's birth certificate, everyone's passport, everyone's social security card, everyone's everything, so that in the event of emergency, if I needed to prove that these are my kids and that's my husband, then I have it, including our marriage certificate. So that's all in here. You're probably like, why you have it in a plastic and then a folder and then another plastic? And again, like emergencies like hurricanes, and God forbid, I was just watching the Hurricane Katrina stuff, water. So I was like trying to think of what I can do for now until I invested more money in the fireproof, waterproof folders. And I just figured I would just put it in double plastic to safe proof it from water in the event of an emergency. So that's in my bag. I'm just gonna show you, again, this is not in any particular order or anything of importance. I'm just gonna show you a sample of an adult go bag. So in mine, I have a whole box of pads. No explanation needed. If you're a girl, woman, you're probably gonna need pads. Then I have my own makeshift semi first aid kit. I do have another one in the laundry room that I could grab, but I figured I didn't want to put that in a bag just in case we needed it outside of the go bag. But inside of here, I have Tylenol, a whole boatload of Tylenol, and we all have this in ours. Band-Aids, gauze, all that sort of thing. I also have, this is called Fire Stop. So if you watch the other video where I did unboxing, I showed you where I brought a 3-pack of Fire Stop. This is like a portable fire extinguisher. In the event you are on a go and you see a fire, something on fire, war, electrical, I don't know. Who knows what's gonna happen in an emergency? This is a portable like fire extinguisher. It stops fires. I was watching, here are these documentaries. I'm a documentary fanatic. I was watching this documentary of, I think it was somewhere in Hawaii, where the volcanoes erupted and there were fires everywhere. Obviously, I'm not gonna have any volcanoes erupt in New Jersey, but hey, if I do need it, I got it in my go bag. I also have hygiene items, lotion, obviously packed inside of one of these quart-sized bags. Or is this half gallon? I think it might be half gallon bags. Hygiene items. I also have alcohol. And then inside of my bag, I also have more hygiene products, 2 outfits, underwear, sweatshirt, hoodie, inside of one of that big Ziplock bags, okay? And then in the front of my go bag, I have tampons, another little tiny first aid kit with like Neosporin, all the things, like the little wipes inside there. I also have this really cool solar flashlights. The kids' flashlights are battery powered. Mine is solar. This flashlight, I'm not gonna turn it on, but I did like demo it in one of the other videos you can go watch. But it's solar powered, so you don't have to rely on electricity. You can charge this just by using the sun. And it came in a pack of 3, I believe, so everybody else has this. More hygiene items, all the things you would need if you were away from your home in a hurry. Okay, and then what else do I have? And again, you don't have to write this all down. I have it ready and linked for you in the description box as well. Snacks, those granola bars. I have water. In here, I have my own set of adult masks. So in addition to kids masks, we did stock up on adult masks as well. And that's also in my go bag. Now, we also have a pouch that has gas. After we did these as a family, we found that just with this little bit of stuff, it was already like so heavy. So I didn't like put canned goods in here. And like my gadget bag with can openers, small knives and utensils and stuff like that. But you could also include that in your go bag as well. Now, one of the best parts of this putting together the go bags, it was that we did it together. I was putting it off and I did not feel good about putting it off. So one day I had everybody come into the living room, all the book bags, and I let them run around the house to gather all the things you see in the bag. So we did this as a family, and we had a conversation about why we might need something like a go bag. you know? So this gave my little ones the opportunity to talk about emergencies and us to talk about scenarios where you might need it and how we should conduct ourselves in emergency. I can definitely say that I've learned at the start of my 40s is to be prepared for emergencies. I have learned that there is a certain importance, and the Holy Spirit has been talking to me about how to prepare myself, particularly in the event of any kind of emergency, whether it be if my own personal circle, my own family, in my house, or to maybe even help guide other people through emergencies that pop up in life. Because the last thing you want to do in an emergency, whether it be a death of a loved one, a natural disaster, a political uproar, is to panic. So if anything, this is not about fear. It's about loving your family more genuinely to be able to prepare them in the event of any type of life emergency that, you know, storms in life tend to bring. So friends, I just want to encourage you to take a Saturday afternoon with your family to maybe even decide if creating something like a go bag will be something that you and your family will find helpful. I feel that it's great peace of mind for my children that if something happens, I have everything that I need and I know where to find it. If you found something that was helpful in this video, don't forget to like it and click the share button and drop the link in your group chat with your girlies or with your sisters or whomever, and encourage them to prepare for emergencies. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I have a whole series here, and you can find that folder with the rest of the emergency prep videos down in the description box. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.